This client found us from another project we did right around the corner, and this client was driving through the neighborhood, saw the garage we were building, and actually put their phone number in my client's mailbox. Out of the blue, this customer called me and said, "Hey, we saw the garage that you built, and we think it's really awesome, and we want to do something similar to that. Would you mind coming over and chatting with us about it?" It was a lot to trust in a contractor that they didn't really know. When they built this house back in 2017, they did have a bad experience with their builder. There was a lot of shortcuts taken, and when they tried to get things fixed, they had a hard time getting with the builder to come back and fix things. I had to build that trust. I just try to be honest and truthful with the customer. In the end, you just have to do the work that they're looking for and communicate. The basement was unfinished. It was basically just a wide open space. So they had the space on the outside with the pool and the outdoor living space, and they wanted to have the basement finished where it could be part of that space. They knew exactly what they wanted. They love to host several pool parties in the summer. They do a really big Halloween party. One of our primary goals was to try to get this basement done before we got into the pool party season. The challenges with the framing were kind of extensive. They had all the mechanicals located on the other side of the basement where the pool table is. We had to move the HVAC unit, all the water system to the other side of the basement where we put in a utility closet. In the end, we end up with a much larger space than we had to begin with. Once we got through the rough-in stage, the framing, the HVAC, electrical and plumbing, the rest of the project was easy. One of the biggest features of this basement remodel is this accordion style door that is 21 feet long. It opens up the space for the pool to the basement to have a free flowing area where guests can come in and out of the pool area into the kitchen area.
One of the things we always strive to do when we're renovating a space is bring in as much natural light as possible. In basements, that's typically a bit of a challenge because it's a basement space, so there's not as many windows and doors as a main level. So adding this accordion style door really solved that challenge by bringing in so much sunshine and natural light from the pool area into the living room of the space and even into the kitchen.
Another feature we're really excited about is these faux beams. These are a white oak beam. They are hollow beams that are inset inside the tray ceiling.
When we're renovating a space, we always try to bring in the warmth and character of natural wood tones when we can. One of the reasons why we chose this high-end white oak wood and finish is because it brought cohesion to the space. We also used white oak in the kitchen, on the large stained island, and on the back wall of the gaming section with a tongue and groove white oak accent wall.
There's a lot of really cool features that we've incorporated in this kitchen remodel. We have a very large, oversized white oak island, upgraded appliances, a thermador range.
We used the same paint color throughout this space, from the cabinets to the walls to the ceiling. This created a really warm white kitchen with lots of character brought in by the white oak stained island, the mother of pearl backsplash, and the gold-toned cabinet pools.
Another feature in this kitchen is the countertops that we installed. Countertops typically aren't this thick, but we did a beveled edge and added a piece all the way on the edges so we can get a thicker look.
One of my favorite things about this kitchen is the way that the pantry is accessed through this secret door. This gives the illusion of continued cabinetry, which makes the kitchen appear and feel larger, when in reality, it's an access door to enter the butler's pantry.
Continuing with our theme of false doors, here in the pantry we have a false bookshelf door that when you open it, it leads into a safe room.
Coming right off the kitchen is this flex space that we turned into a gaming and recreation area. The vibe here in the gaming area is completely different than the rest of this basement space. However, adding in the 48-foot white oak tongue and groove accent wall brings continuity in the tones and the character of the wood to tie both spaces together.
They brought a lot of ideas to the table. There's a lot of features within this basement remodel that weren't on the plan to begin with. One of those features is behind the pool table. We did an inset where the TV and the pool cues sat inset of the wall. They also brought in the idea of the curved wall and the steps.
The staircase down to the basement was a really wide, curved staircase, leaving this curved wall here. We didn't want it to be dead space. We weren't sure what the plan was going to be.
We came up with the idea of doing wine bottles hanging on the wall, and we did a grass cloth wallpaper. This project always had 2 projects on site. This was the first project, is getting the basement finished. We are starting a carriage house, which is going to be a 4-car garage that's going to have a basement and a finished upper level with a 2-bedroom house above it. The feedback we got on this project so far has been great. They just actually had a pool party last week, and it went really well. We got done right when we were trying to get done, and now they have the whole summer to enjoy this space.